Hey LinkedIn, a little thought for you on competitiveness, who you're competing with, and what you're trying to do. I always talk about the 1%. I was driving home from hockey last night with my son, and I was talking about just trying to get 1% better all the time. And when you think you're great, that's when you're going to stop learning. That's when you're going to get stuck. And so I thought I'd just share the comment here. But I was saying to him that for me, I'm not trying to be someone else. I'm not trying to compete with the person beside me, or looking at as someone else and trying to beat them necessarily or whatever. I'm really trying to compete against what I am and what I see as the greatest version of myself. So when I look at something, I go, okay, I'm here, but I can do better. I can do a little better. I believe I can see in my mind like what I'm capable of. And I think it's important to just kind of look at what is the greatest version of yourself. That's really what you're competing with, is the greatest version, the greatest possibility of yourself. And I was saying to him, it's like, for you, it could be, when you look at sport, you look at hockey, it's like, well, how would the greatest version of yourself stick handle? And where are you at now, and what would the greatest version look like? And I think that's the thing that you're competing against. It's always just a 1% better. And I think that if you're striving for that, not necessarily competing with your neighbor or the person or your colleague or some person you've seen out in the world, some public figure, but specifically the greatest version of yourself. And that's where that self-improvement, that 1% better push, that's where that real drive and motivation comes from. It's like you can really build on that. Because there's existing you, and then there's the ideal you, the greatest version of you, and what you're capable of. And I've always believed that people are capable of a lot, and I've always believed that people are capable of a lot more than what they're doing. And sometimes it's nice to have a coach or somebody who can push you and help push you to that point. But at some point you have to push you. You have to identify what am I capable of? Who am I actually? And then what should I be? Like where should I be? And then what's it going to take to get there? And what do I need to do to get there? And I think that's probably the best thing to compete against and push to get 1% better every single day.